June is Filipino Heritage Month. It's that time of year where we celebrate our independence from Spain. That took place in the late 1800s. Filipinos are usually known for their work in hospitality, caregiving, and health. But many Pinoys in Metro Vancouver are showing no matter what you do, whether it's working at a restaurant or owning one, like this one here in Vancouver, or making beautiful Filipino clothes like this Filipiniana I'm wearing, we're ready to do whatever we can to take on the world.
When I had my first daughter, everything on Instagram was perfect. You would find different groups or retreats or gathering, but it was a very specific kind of clique.
Barb McKenzie is the creator of Our Anak, a safe open space for women. She began to push the idea forward after hearing another Filipino woman speak at a talk for women of color.
And she said when she was growing up, she had no representation in media. So, and I'm like, oh my gosh, me too. I never even really thought about it.
McKenzie says the space welcomes those who are mothers, want to or are unable to be mothers, or want to explore the topic of family in a nurturing environment. In Filipino, anak means child or children.
If you don't know what the word means or you're not part of the culture, you're like, what is that? I've never heard that word before. How do you pronounce it? So it was kind of a great conversation starter as well.
McKenzie is just one of the locals who are part of a growing generation of those sharing ideas driven by Filipino culture.
They have been raised all their lives in Canada by parents who are themselves trying to integrate into Canadian society. So, because of the pressures, lack of time, other priorities. What we would like to do as the Filipino community and the Philippine consulate is help fill that gap in raising awareness of how beautiful and diverse and rich the Filipino culture is.
Maria Austria is the Philippine Consul General for BC and says they've recently created a campaign called Proudly Philippines, Proudly Filipino. The campaign will include those in journalism, the culinary arts, and business owners, to name a few. She says the increased presence of Filipino culture across the country has been impressive and long overdue, with nearly 1 million people across Canada identifying as Filipino.
Now that we have initiated a new love affair with Zoom and WebEx, is that we are able to push boundaries and overcome geographical distances. So now everything is accessible online.
And anyone who is interested in learning more about Pinoy culture, you're encouraged to dive in.
There's lots of caterers that are Filipino, at-home businesses, restaurants. Like, check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff.
In Vancouver, Ria Renouf, City News.